Yeah, y'all know what it is.
Hey everyone.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Joy, are you excited? Joy, are you excited? I'm ready for what I like to call the Spatially Aware Podcast. Yeah, the Spatially Aware Podcast with your girl, Joy Ray, and your boy, Jay Dunn. I'm feeling real good. It's about to be a lot of fun. Let's go, Joy.
What is happening?
Joy? How are you feeling
I'm
today?
feeling good. Hey everybody, we are back with another Spatially Aware Podcast. As you can see, we are trying to get it together over here. But look, we have a great one today, y'all. We have a special guest, and we cannot wait to introduce her. But before we get into that, Jay Dunn, how you feeling?
You know I'm feeling good. You know I'm feeling good. You know I'm feeling good. Yes, I am. Yeah. All right, y'all. Welcome to the Spatially Aware Podcast, where our mission is to unveil the world of computing beyond boundaries, which is special guests, which always a special guests, Joe Ray and Jay Dunn. We appreciate y'all tuning in. We are live on Twitter. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. We are live on LinkedIn. We everywhere, okay? We trying to make sure y'all see this, okay? So we appreciate Evie Man versus Gas. Say, hey, Joy.
Hey,
Joy
there.
got a whole fan club. Got a whole fan club in the building. Ninja Guy VR say hello. I hope that you guys' day is going great. We appreciate it. It is going great.
Thank you.
It is going great because we are on the Spatially Aware Podcast. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a good time. Joy, you don't know the music be jamming, and I'm gonna have to turn the music down. Okay, let me stop the music. Let me stop the music. First of all, you look good today. You look good, Joy. Your persona changes every single time we get on here. Talk about
Don't even get me started with this persona, because I get upset every time I put it on, because it's like I can't get it just right. It's not right. But we're working through it. So hey, I'm here.
We are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And so, Joy, we've been. This is our third episode. So we're just now, getting into this thing, talking a lot more about Vision Pro and what is going to be coming and happening on the platform. It hasn't been a lot going on as of late with Vision Pro at the moment. Anything you want to talk about specifically before we get into our guest for the day?
No, I am just looking forward to more things coming on this app, like this device. I'm looking for more apps. I'm looking for more things for social interaction, and that's why I'm so excited today that we have a special guest from one of the first social interaction apps on Apple Vision Pro. So I'm excited.
Yes. Well, we're gonna do a formal introduction. Let me put some music on. All right, I'm gonna do the music. Here we go. I'm gonna come in with this. Here we go. It's gonna say, Lisa is a tech enthusiast who is quickly becoming an Apple Vision Pro power user. She is working to optimize the spatial experience of inSpace's community members. Lisa connects to inSpace users around the world from her home in Maryland. Ladies and gentlemen, on the Spatially Aware Podcast, we would love for you guys to welcome in our friend, Lisa Shaw. Hey!
Yay! Welcome!
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Yes, it is an exciting time. But listen, you already know how we get down on the Spatially Aware Podcast. We are excited to finally have you on. We've been talking about this for just a little bit. But Lisa, it feels good. It feels good to be in our persona form. You're looking good today.
I've gotten really used to the persona, so I like being in mine.
Absolutely. Well, this is my favorite part of the show because we get to hand it over to Joy Rain, the lovely Joy Rain, who's going to take us off with the first question for what we're going to be talking about on the podcast today. You ready, Joy?
Yes. Absolutely. So thank you so much, Lisa, for joining us. Now, you know that we're almost 3 months into having this device, and I wanted to know, what are your thoughts about being in this device and having this device after 3 months?
I love it. I'm wearing it sometimes 8 hours a day now, which is at the
Ooh.
beginning I never thought I would get up to that amount of time, but I've managed to make my device comfortable enough for me.
Mm.
I use it, at home by myself. I love to watch content in here. I use it for my home computing. I use it, catching up on my emails, all of that. All the things I used to do with my phone, I now try to hand off as much as I can to the Apple Vision Pro, and then I use it to meet and hang out with people in space.
Love
Oh, we love
that.
that. We love that. Yeah, 3 months in for us. I'll put it on me for a second. 3 months been for me. It's been a journey. We first got it. Of course, you had the hype reel of just owning a device like this, and then the hype reel kind of goes down, and then you end up getting
hmm
to a point to where you're like, okay, I like we was talking about before the podcast. Want to see some more apps and experiences. Want to see some more things. I will talk about one thing in particular, Joy. We gotta talk about this. Is the Gucci app took me by surprise.
Oh, I love
If
it.
you
I
Oh
love
guys,
it.
my gosh.
if you guys, Joe, you want to tell them a little bit about the Gucci app or what that was like? Because it's incredible.
Yes, so it gives you a front row seat to a Gucci show. Like you get to see the merchandise and the purses, the shoes, and the behind the scenes of what led up to this fashion runway show. And oh my goodness, it is unlike no other that I've experienced
Yes, it
with
was.
this
Look,
device.
I'm not even that big into fashion. That's Joy's area. That's not my area. But
Mhm.
when I saw that application, I was kind of blown away at what could be done for immersive videos and immersive content. Lisa, did you feel the same way?
I did. I had people messaging me, Lisa, you gotta check it out. You gotta download this app before I had even found it. And then
Mhm.
literally outside the box. It took storytelling to a whole nother level. And I feel
Yes.
like that's what I want to see,
Mhm.
more content that's designed to take advantage of what the Apple Vision Pro can give you and then really take it outside the box. It was beautifully done. And I'm not really into fashion much myself, but I was blown away.
Oh
Absolutely,
yes.
absolutely. It's one of those things where that if we get more of that, I remember Joy saying this when we finished watching it. She saw it on hers, and I saw it on mine. She said, "If we get more of this itself is what I want to see on Vision Pro. If we can get more
Yes.
things like this is the thing that we haven't seen on any other platform. We want more
Yes.
of that. So Apple, if you're listening, we need more of that. Okay, we need more of
That's
that.
right.
Gucci, we need more of that. Okay,
I agree.
for sure.
Absolutely. And so inSpace was available literally on day one of Apple
hmm
Vision Pro. So let us know the development cycle. Like, what was that like getting the app ready for launch?
With that, I don't know because I'm not a developer. And I didn't discover InSpace until after I got my device on launch day, and it was 2 weeks later that I discovered InSpace. I
Okay.
spent that first 2 weeks, watching everything that I could watch, all the content, the movies. It was beautiful, but eventually
Uh-huh.
it got a little lonely.
Mm-hmm.
Then I discovered
Aw.
InSpace. I read about it online somewhere, and I just fell in love with it. Meeting people has been fantastic, and after being there for a while, hanging out, talking to people, eventually they offered me a job.
Wow.
Awesome.
That
Just
is
being in
incredible.
the space. That is
Yeah, and
crazy.
just
Just being
interacting with people. Yeah. I've been
just
really, really surprised by how many people are there from all around the world, even though the Apple Vision Pro is only sold in the United States. It feels like
come
there are
on.
people in every other continent there.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's incredible. So literally got into the application, was feeling a little lonely, found InSpace, got into it,
hmm
began to talk with people, network
hmm
with people, have
Yes.
time with people, play a few games, maybe with people, because me and Joy, that was the first
Absolutely.
thing we did, was play a
Yeah.
few of those games. And then after that, it was like, oh my goodness, like, this is it. And then someone said, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm really liking what you're doing, and I like your attitude. I like what you have bringing to the plate. Let's
Yep.
come work with us. That's wild.
That's
Come
that's
on, ladies and
exactly what
gentlemen.
happened.
Dreams
Yes.
come true, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let me give you
That's
good
right.
claps.
What a
Yes, and
perfect job.
claps. Absolutely. And so, since the launch, what has been your overall response since you have been a part of this, community and a part of this, um, you know, uh, like inSpace?
I'm going to try to explain this to you. I've been talking to my family about this. I've been talking to some of the other inSpace members about this. It is a magical place. And I say this not as an employee of inSpace, but this is something that I realized before they asked me to join the team a few weeks ago. I feel like it's utopia. I feel it is, the people there are amazing. I am meeting people from, I'm hanging out with people from China, Germany, South Africa, Dubai, literally,
Yeah.
the UK, all over the world. There are people in there of every religion, every race. Some of the people don't even speak English as their first language, but we have translation that automatically happens there. And
Yeah.
everyone is so open-minded. It's just, everyone is so educated. Everyone is so helpful. I feel like I learn something every time I enter inSpace. It's really, to me, this is the community. I can't say enough. I just love the people there.
Wow. Okay. Look, we got to get some more good claps. We're going to have to get some more good claps of that, because that to me is what it's all about. It's all about being social, and that's what this application does really well. And I love what you said, that it's not just one type of people. It's not just one type of religion. It's not one type of race. It's not one type of creed. It's all walks of life from around the world. And that's something we haven't seen as much in some metaverse types experiences, because when you step into this 3D space, it's really, really cool. And it's like, oh, wow. Now, what I do appreciate, though, because we're in the Vision Pro, you have the windowed mode. So you're able to kind of, when you don't want to be in that immersive mode, you want to kind of handle or work some other things, you still can be a part of the conversation without actually being inside of it. And I just love that. I mean, we need more of that as well. So Apple, if you're listening, we need more of that as well. But it is a magical experience. Me and Joy, when we first got in it, it was one of those things where we realized, wow, this has a lot of potential to really change things for the good. And because we're in the infancy of Vision Pro, it's one of those moments where most people who own these are adults. So in some experiences that we have had, we've had to deal with some kids kind of taking over the platform. So in this particular application, it's really, really good to see most people that's going to be on here are going to be people who are already in their careers, who could afford a Vision Pro as well. So just a different type of people, would you say?
In what I've seen, yes, it is people who can afford the Apple Vision Pro, and it's not a lot of parents are buying these for their kids. There's a teenager, a high school student who is there now. He's the one younger person who's there. There are a number of college students, a handful, but almost everybody else is professional. Almost everybody else is established in their career already and is there to exchange information. We have a really growing number of people who, like you were talking about the windowed mode, will put windowed mode up while they're working and just kind of listen to conversations that are happening passively as they're working, sometimes jump in to make a comment and, jump back out. So that's another, just, it's wonderful for me to see how people are fitting it into their lives and making the Apple Vision Pro as well as inSpace make sense for the way that they're living their lives.
Absolutely. Now, Now, we got to ask. We got to ask this. This is not even on our list, but we got to ask. What is the craziest thing you heard inside of inSpace? Come on. What you heard?
Crazy. I really, because it's so many professionals, I'm not really hearing too many crazy things. A lot of people are meeting each other in inSpace to be able to go off and experience the spatial persona FaceTime conversations, because another crazy thing about our community is it seems like the early adopters are lone wolves, even though almost everybody doesn't have another friend in the real world who has an Apple Vision Pro. So you can't experience that FaceTime unless you meet up with someone.
I absolutely loved how this app can help people with social anxiety, people finding themselves being able to open up more because they aren't physically in front of someone, but comfortable enough to be able to speak with other individuals individuals using their persona and, having that time to speak with people. Could you talk more about that from your experience?
You are absolutely right, Joy. To me, I don't know if it's a matter of like, oh, I didn't have to do my hair today. People don't know that I look like I have a cold, or because my persona is already made, right?
That's
Yeah.
it.
And even though it looks like me, for some reason there's a lack of shyness that comes with being in your persona. And it's a strange thing because we really are seeing everybody's expressions as they're talking. It really is like being face to face with someone, and yet still also we're not so shy about it. It really is the best of all the worlds as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, absolutely. Because what I found, since we've been in VR and I have a show called Joy in the Morning, it helps people become more joyful, optimistic, and yearning for positivity. And what I've found is that people seem to open up when they don't have to worry about what they look like, or they have an accurate representation of themselves, how they would want to be perceived. And so I think this just revolutionized social VR and getting people to be more comfortable with socializing, and it's all around great for mental health.
Yes, I think so too. Connecting with other people is so important, and not having to feel self-conscious really just lets people open up. Absolutely. And I also think like in the past, if you've been able to meet up with people through filters or like in cartoon characters, it's cool. You still get to interact, but this gives you all of the little expressions that someone makes. It really feels a lot more intimate.
Absolutely. I love that.
I just need Apple to give us like some hats and some color. To give me some other options. Let me even use Memoji a little bit when I want to, because there's sometimes I don't want to be in just my regular form. I want to kind of be something else, and that's what inSpace allows us to do as well. You could be a different animated object. Now, I would love to know if developers are listening, if we can kind of get some more options there. Maybe that can be coming in a future update. Would love to see something like that.
Yes, right now if you join from your phone, there is a filter that kind of makes you look like a more cartoonish Memoji, or you can join through an avatar. But for the most part, people really like to see each other's personas. And, again, it would only took a few minutes of me looking at people's personas for them to completely seem normal to me. Like, I really thought that the uncanny valley would be an issue, but it's not. When you see people animated, moving, talking, expressing themselves, you completely forget that that's not, that it's a digital representation of someone.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and so that leads to my other question is that when someone signs up for inSpace and they get activated and they want to jump in and meet people, what would be your recommendation of how they can get started and to just jump in the community?
People, I'll often be sitting in a room and someone will pop in and say, this is my first time, I just downloaded the app. I just saw this like on YouTube or heard about it in a podcast or someone recommended it to me. And so just dive in. Around the clock. You're going to see that there are people online. There are more people online. I would say like East Coast time, like 9 p.m. to maybe 1 a.m. seems to be one of the busiest times, but there are times in the morning that people are there, times in the afternoon, because it's people from all over the world. And so I would say just jump in. Oftentimes, or more often than not, if you find people in a room, there's somebody there who's going to be really happy to explain anything. Just ask any questions. Everyone's, super into technology. That's part of what made us, all buy these Apple Vision Pros. So everyone really wants to help you and show you the ropes.
Love
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. So I would love to ask, have you had any other experiences with like, once again, we call them metaverse type experiences because they're 3D spaces that you can inhabit within an XR device like the Vision Pro. Would you consider inSpace a metaverse type of experience, or would you also say maybe not so much a metaverse experience, more just like a social experience? What would you say?
Well, so if what you're asking if I have other VR experience, I did have the first Quest.
Okay.
And despite drawing my boundary, I bumped into a wall with the controller.
Oh
Oh no.
no.
Playing that super hot game, which was really fun, but I broke the controller. And then when I went to replace it, they said, no, you can't replace it. You have to buy a whole new headset. So I said, oh, well, forget
Yeah.
that. And I never put on another headset until I got the Apple Vision Pro.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Okay. Well,
And that speaks volumes.
that speaks volumes. Yeah. So you haven't really experienced other metaverse type. And when I say VR, I know most of the time it's the thought process is just when you put a headset on, but we're just more social things like Rec Room,
Like
and
immersive
things like
or...
that. Yeah, immersive like Rec Room, Roblox, etc. Because when we looked at inSpace, that's what we immediately put it as like, oh, this is kind of like a metaverse type experience. We're in a 3D space, avatars around us. You can have things you can interact with. We would love to see that get bigger and bigger. But yeah, that was the thought behind that question for
And I
sure.
love that you have the option of having it in mixed reality as well, because you can dial in and you can dial out depending on what your preference is. I love that. What is your favorite?
The 3D objects. I love that we can bring these USDZ files in and share them with people. Put it down on the table. I love that. Also, like the photos and videos that we can share with each other while we're, immersed in the room. It really allows me to understand more about the people that I'm meeting with. It allows them to share things about themselves as well. I really like that.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So, what would you say is the most requested feature that you've seen since you've been a part of been a part of inSpace? What has been the most requested feature that you've seen that you guys may be working on?
Well, I don't know if we're working on it, but the spatial persona, everybody wants spatial personas. And my understanding is that Apple has not released the API to third-party developers. Right now, the bit that's been released will really only allow the share play. So for right now, we don't have access to being able to add that to inSpace, but I know that the developers are interested in that if Apple does release it to us. But that's what everybody wants to see. Everybody loves those spatial personas.
Love it. Love it.
Awesome.
So for those of you who love networking, InSpace is the
Yes.
place to be. As she said before, that there are a lot of business professionals online that are willing and actively want to talk to you. So that would be a perfect space to go in, just chill out and look around and get to know people. So that's incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we got
there
a
are a
few
lot of
comments in.
developers. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no. We got a lot of comments coming in actually live saying one of these from Genkai XR says, Lisa, they wouldn't happen to be looking for UI designers with a background in learning that are e-learning that are also XR special design super enthusiasts, asking for a
Ooh.
friend.
Well, I am not the person who would be able to answer that question, but I absolutely say go ahead and download the app on your phone. If you have the Apple Vision Pro, download the app on your Apple Vision Pro and send me a message. I'm Lisa. Just Lisa. I think I'm the only Lisa in there. Maybe another one has been
Come
added by
on.
now, but send me a message. I'll be happy to, pass it along to the developers. The developers spend a lot of time hanging out in space as well. They're often there to answer questions, listen to people talk about what they'd like to see in the roadmap down the road for the future. So, but yes, I'll be happy to pass your resume along as well.
There you go.
Awesome.
You
Now, I did
never
want to
know.
ask a question. Yeah, I wanted to ask a question around those interactive experiences like the games. Can we expect to see more of those types of interactive experiences and games coming soon? Possibly?
I
Maybe?
I don't know how soon, but definitely. I mean, and actually, it's been a little bit of a surprise to me how quickly the developers are pushing updates. It's very, very fast.
Mm.
And so yes, I know they're working on several other game ideas right now. I'm not sure how soon those will come out for us to be able to use them, but I know they're working on several different ideas.
Absolutely. And what about the pet
Awesome.
options? What about
I
the pet
believe there are
options?
other pet options in the works as well. I'm not quite sure
Yay.
what it is we're going to be able to do with those pets, whether we'll be able to, call them over to us, tell them to do things like sit or roll over maybe, or maybe they'll be able to talk to us. I have no idea. But I have seen mock-ups for some, even different breeds of dogs potentially, or even cats. So we'll see.
Mm. Yay. That is always exciting to have options. So I'm super excited about the pet options coming up.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we have just one more question we want to ask around maybe just long-term goals around what do you expect to see from inSpace? Maybe I know you can't speak for the developer side of things, but maybe what you expect to see long-term to happen with inSpace.
Well, I know that right now, the developers are really, really interested in optimizing user experience. So they're adding features, they're fixing bugs, they're trying to build out what inSpace can be, and they're taking a lot of feedback from the inSpace community. I know people are talking about using inSpace. We've had doctors talk about how they would really like to be able to use it to meet with patients who are, not co-located with them, and they can be able to pull up slides on like the monitor that's in there. We've been talking to people, teachers who would like to be able to teach classes there. We're talking to companies who want to be able to hold their business meetings there. There are people who are talking about wanting to set up a room as, instead of like a website that you would have, traditionally, this could be a storefront where maybe you have, 3D models of what you would want to sell there that people could pick up and interact with.
Come on.
Yeah, there's so many possibilities. Maybe we could have larger meeting rooms at some point to be able to, watch something together. It feels like sky is the limit right now, and we're really testing what it is that would make sense for us. I know that it's been slow, the progress of apps and the being available for the Apple Vision Pro, but I feel like just copying an app that was available from your phone is not really, it's great for now, but what I want to see what I want to see is people developing things that really take full use of the capabilities of the Apple Vision Pro. And I feel like it's the same with inSpace. We want to see people, we want the developers to offer us things that are really taking advantage of what Apple Vision Pro gives us space to do.
I love that. I love that. Look, we making some believers out of some people saying, dang, now y'all are trying to get me to pull the trigger on an Apple Vision Pro. I finally convinced myself to hold off after getting the Quest 3. Excited for when hardware prices come down. We're open to so many more audiences. And that's what we want to see too. We're hoping that Apple's working on maybe a Vision Pro Lite, or just a Vision. So some people have named it. But definitely when that price comes down, I think we're going to begin to see a lot more people into this space for sure. This has been an incredible show. I'm like, we could talk. Well, this is the thing. We could talk all day, which we will talk all day. We could talk in inSpace, right? We could talk off
true.
air.
You come hang out with me anytime.
Yes, and that's going to be it.
If you come to inSpace and you would like to talk with me, and I'm not there, please send me a message through the app. We'll be happy to arrange a time to meet with you. If you want to host a party in there and you're not comfortable moderating it yourself, I'm happy to co-host it with you, whatever I can do to help you with your experience there.
Oh, man, that is incredible.
Is awesome.
Can we give it a good class one more time? That's the good class.
Yes, hand
This
claps.
the good class.
Yay.
That's the good class. That's the good class. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for the day. Lisa, we had such a great time with you talking about inSpace and all the good stuff. We would love for you to let us know how more people can connect with you and connect with inSpace as well.
Yeah, just the best way is to come over to inSpace and hang out. You can download the phone app. You can download the Apple Vision Pro app. You can send me a message right there in inSpace, and I'm looking forward to connect with more people.
Yes, indeed. Enjoy what you got to say to the people.
Thank you all so much for tuning in again for another Spatially Aware podcast. And we can't say thank you enough to our guest, Lisa Shaw. Thank you so, so much. We had a blast talking with you. What about you, Jaden? Final words.
Yes. Yeah, it was an incredible show, an amazing show. Now go download the app. It's available on mobile. It's available on Vision Pro. So if you don't have a Vision Pro, you can also get it on your iPhone and enjoy talking to people and having a good experience and getting social, because that's what we do and that's what we're trying to do. We try to make this thing something that's global, that's around the world. Spatially Aware Podcast. Once again, thank you so much, Lisa Shaw. Make sure y'all go download the inSpaze app. It is completely free on the Apple Vision Pro store as well on the App Store as well. So until next time.
Thank you both so much. Thank you.
Oh yes. And
Your
until
energy
next
is
time.
amazing. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
See, now you about to make me just keep the show going now. We just gonna keep the show going now. Yeah, but until next time, y'all, we will see you next time on Spatially Aware Podcast.
Bye, y'all.
Peace.
Bye, guys.